everyone, Jus4SweetZ here. So today I'm going to do another waffle iron recipe, and there's only 2 more left in my series. This one is included, and then I have 1 more. Probably thinking that last one may be a savory one. So stay tuned for that. This one today is going to be cake and ice cream waffle iron style. This is a great way to have an alternative to cake, the typical cake and ice cream that everyone tends to just leave sitting there at birthday parties or whatever. So this is a fun way to create something different, basically using the same ingredients you would for cake and ice cream. Basically all you need is whatever ingredients you need for a box cake mix, or you may make a homemade cake mix if you want. We're going to make it simple today and use a box cake mix. So use you just need the ingredients that go with this, which I believe is 3 eggs, a 1/3 cup oil, and a cup of water, which I replace with 1 cup of buttermilk because it gives it a little bit more moisture, and I think it makes it a lot more moist. So those are the only ingredients you need for that. You can get some frosting if you like, because I'm going to show you an alternative. So you can use chocolate frosting, vanilla frosting, cream cheese frosting, whatever you prefer. Of course, we're going to need ice cream because we're doing cake and ice cream. So I have some ice cream in the freezer that I'll pull out towards the end. I have some fresh strawberries. If you want some fresh berries for one of the alternatives, you can use strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, excuse me, blueberries, bananas. So get some kind of fruit, or you can omit the fruit altogether. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get this waffle iron starting to heat up. You'll also need some cooking spray for this waffle iron. And I'm going to go ahead and make my cake, and we'll be right back. Okay, I have my cake mix ready to go. I have my waffle iron heating up. It's been heating up for about 5 to 10 minutes. You want to heat up your waffle iron according to the directions of your waffle iron. But I find that mine takes about 10 minutes to get a good start. So basically all you want to do is you want to spray some cooking oil on there, cooking spray. And I'm going to take a small ladle of cake into each waffle section. So this is going to make 4 cake waffles. Those get in there. They don't have to be perfect squares when they come out. That's what makes them unique and fun. If they come out perfect, then that's even better. But most of the time I have yet to figure out how to make a perfect waffle. So I'm going to kind of spread it out a little bit because it's thick. Alright, we're going to go ahead and close that lid, and that's going to cook until the green light comes on, or I would say roughly right around 3 to 5 minutes, maybe longer depending on your waffle iron. So what I'm going to do while those are cooking is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut some of the strawberries up. I apologize if you hear that flapping in the background. We're having a massive windstorm here. And the winds are going about 80 miles an hour, and that's all I hear is things blowing around and flapping. So that's the background noise you hear. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those strawberries up, and that's going to be for one version of our cake and ice cream. If you want to, you can get a little bit fancy on this last one, and you make some little slivers in there if you want to make your cake maybe for the birthday person extra special. So I did a bunch of little slivers in there, and I just kind of spread it out, and that'll go over the top. Not too fancy, but just something fun. Looks like little flowers. Okay, so while that cooks, I'm going to get everything together, and we'll come back and I'll show you how this looks. Okay, my waffles have been cooking for approximately 3 to 4 minutes. You can see that they're all done. Like I told you, I don't have perfect squares, maybe one that's semi-perfect. I don't care. They're going to be fun, and they're going to be amazing. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. So there's one. There's the other. Then these 2 I'll just put to the side. It smells so good in here. It smells kind of like, I don't want to say funnel cake, but kind of. It smells really, really yummy in here. Okay, so here's our 2 waffles. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can do this. So we're going to do one cake and ice cream style. There are some people that don't really care for frosting, so I'm going to leave frosting off of one of these. And then the other one, I have some chocolate frosting here, chocolate cream cheese frosting that I made. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple little spoonfuls of that right on top of this warm waffle. Because what happens when you put it on the warm waffle, it starts to melt. Now my frosting has been in the refrigerator, so it tends to be a little bit thicker. And it's got the cream cheese in it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put 2 scoops of that chocolate right onto that warm cake waffle. Just like so. And let that just start to melt. That's what we want it to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a couple strawberries to this. Just like that. Actually, if you want to, you can take your beautiful flour that we made and put it right on the top. I'm going to put these to the side. There's some little extra strawberries on the side there. So there's one way to do it. And you can also, if you want to, make it a little bit fancy if it's for your, sexy Valentine or for, a birthday for somebody. Go ahead and throw some sprinkles on top of it. I'm just using some Valentine's colored sprinkles. And there you go. There's your birthday cake and ice. Well, there's no ice cream on that one. That just has the chocolate frosting. Now, you can also serve this with a couple scoops of ice cream along with the chocolate frosting if you want to. However, I'm going to leave mine pretty plain and simple. I'm going to let people choose between the waffle with the thick frosting and the strawberries, or they can have the waffle with a couple scoops of yummy cake batter ice cream that we have here, so that goes together great. We're going to throw a couple scoops of that right on top. I just took it out of the freezer, so it's a bit on the harder side. Alright, so there's our cake and ice cream. And on this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it almost like sundae style. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some crushed almonds on there. Something I absolutely love. And if you want to, you could go ahead and throw some strawberries in with it because we're, doing it with yellow cake. This would also be really good with chocolate cake or different kinds of berries. So there we go. There are 2 versions of my waffles that are cake and ice cream style. Very simple to do. I whipped up 4 at one time. A lot easier than making a whole cake, and you can still make it fun. You could have a waffle cake party and let your kids, the kids at the birthday party each have a waffle and put their own kind of frosting or their own ice cream or their own toppings on it and just have a all-together fun time with that. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, but don't go anywhere because I want to show you a little alternative for the Valentine's season. Okay, so here's my little twist at the end. I took a waffle, I took a small heart cutout, and I cut out little hearts with the waffles and little hearts with the strawberries. So if you're making this for a special Valentine, then I just took 3 little scoops of ice cream and put them where I cut out the hearts. Then I took some of my chocolate icing, put it in the microwave for about 25 seconds, 20 seconds, added a little bit of milk to it to make it a little bit thinner because I want it to be more of a glaze. And then I'm just going to slowly drizzle this with a knife. You can see how I drizzle. With a knife and a light hand, I kind of go over and I drizzle that chocolate. Just like so. Then you've got some chocolate covered strawberries with cake and ice cream. Just a fun little twist you can do for your dessert. Here it is. It's delicious. Your Valentine will love it. It looks fancy and they'll have a blast with it and think you put so much effort into it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, there's one more recipe coming up on my waffle series, and then we'll be on to new things. I hope you are a subscriber to my channel. If not, go ahead and subscribe. And go on my Facebook page, Jus4SweetZ, and go ahead and like that page if you want to see some of the fun things I do. Until next time, next video, have a wonderful day, everyone, and God bless.